welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's Expresso, and we have something very exciting to celebrate. First established as the Nico Malan Theatre in 1971, the Artscape Theatre will be celebrating its 50th birthday this year, and they will be celebrating in grand style. There will be a jam-packed lineup of high-quality traditional African music, dance, drama, exhibitions, and theatre entertainment. And this morning, Artscape Theatre CEO Marlene Roux joins us, as well as three of the performers. We have Loukmaan Adams, Vicky Sampson, Madeegha Anders joining us in studio this morning. And I just want to say good morning. It's so great to have all of you here.
Good morning!
You guys bring the energy, and I can just imagine this is what the 50th celebration is going to be like. Marlene, I'm going to start with you. I mean, reflecting over the last 50 years, the transformation that has taken place from the Nico Malan Theatre to the Artscape, what has been happening over the last 50 years?
The Nico Malan started in a pandemic, which was apartheid, and it was a very exclusive and not inclusive. So it was a journey. I want to thank everybody that was part of this particular journey. Where we are now, we again in a pandemic because artists are left in the cold. So we as a theatre say for our 50th celebration is to say this is your home as artists, because we doing the 50th in a pandemic as well. That is why people must go on our YouTube channel, because all three of these wonderful legends, I call them, the heart of the nation. Arts are the heart of the nation. They're on our YouTube channel because we pre-recorded, because of COVID-19, a wonderful, spectacular concert with all the genres. But it's also to say to the nation that the arts must get back onto the theatre stages, because people need to feel. And what is important, why Artscape is now Artscape, and we're still on this journey of transformation, because it is a space in our country where we need to have dialogue with each other, we need to engage with each other's stories, and it is still an ongoing journey. That is why we can't let the theatres be closed. So with our 50th, we say, let's restart, let's reboot, and like we have started from 1971, being totally not inclusive, let us re-look at the theatre spaces and make artists, again, it is a profession, just like a doctor, just like a teacher.
And they're important. I mean, I feel like the artists have been hit hard during this pandemic, and I can just imagine it must be such a big honor for the three of you to be part of the 50th celebrations, performing or being at least part of the Artscape's history. Vicky, I'm going to start with you. What does it mean for you to be part of this celebration?
Well, I think as Marlene has pointed out, you know, Artscape is known as the continent's, it's the most prolifically busy, or it has been up until COVID, theatre in the continent. And so we're very, very proud also that we live in this beautiful city, and to have this venue at our disposal. It has been very sad to see how the doors have been closed and shut. And one would expect now that we have entered level 1, that things would have changed more radically for our creative industry and for artists to start getting onto stages, for our audiences to start coming in. Could you imagine taking a venue like the big Opera House, 1,300, 1,700 seater, but you can only get 100 people in? I mean, we're saying that's ludicrous. When are we going to address this pandemic and how badly it has affected our creative industry as a whole? And we need to start looking at ways. If people can get on flights where there's none of that observed, but here we're sitting on couches, but you get on a plane and you jammed into this plane. So what is the difference of coming to a 1,700 theatre seater and observing social distancing to allow us to do the work that we were born to do, to uplift this nation? Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you, Vicky. Well, you know what, Loukmaan, I know that music is part of your family, it's part of your soul, it's part of your core. I mean, this is a monumentous celebration.
I would have been very upset if I wasn't invited to the must tell you. But I do have a short story that I started performing in the lobby of Artscape on Gangen, Delbrook Cove, Noddy, and then I sort of worked my way up to a book that Marlene wrote called Mitchell's Plain and Say Dinner. And my dad was featured in it, and that also went to win awards and stuff. And then this year I did probably one of the biggest things in my life, where I did Culture Shock. And Marlene came on board and said, this is the place to do it. It's the safest place to do it. We've got all the protocols in place. And now we're doing season 2. And I'm so glad, once again, for inviting me to be part of this thing. And maybe they invite me for the 100th year thing as well. Yeah. We don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Put it out into the universe. I love that. And I know, Madeegha, I mean, 50 years, it is a big celebration. What's been the highlight for you when it comes to the Artscape?
All right. I was talking to Marlene about this earlier. 2019 was, I think, the best for me, because I got to tick off a lot of things I had on my bucket list. And I think in that year, I performed with the CPO like thrice, and I got to perform with a lot of other people. But Marlene gave me that, that stepping stone to just be who I was born to be, a performer. And at that, to perform with an orchestra, it was the highlight, absolute highlight. And again, thanks, Marlene.
Yes, thank you, Marlene. Thank you for always being there for us as an industry, you know. We're going to get it right together.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that are thanking the Artscape for the role it has played in their lives. Do stay tuned, because these 3 phenomenal artists and icons in South Africa will be giving us a taste of what to expect during the festivities with 3 amazing performances. They'll be live on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And when it comes to, you know, staging theatre productions, it's not quite as simple as, you know, picking up your favorite script and performing. And you want to make sure that you are there for everything, because 50 years of greatness needs to be celebrated, and they're going to be hanging out with us on your Feel Good Breakfast show throughout the morning.